Welcome back. Welcome back to the biggest and the best season yet. Season 3. We're kicking things off in sunny California in the same room, and we have so much in store for y'all today with this first episode of the season. For our primetime topic, we are talking about internalized homophobia and where that shows up in our communities. For our game, we played a fan favorite, Slapper Trash. And then finally, we ended things off on our last call with card games that you should know how to play. We're back, season 3, bigger and better than ever. This is the experience.
Oh man,
Welcome back, y'all. You get to see us together in person this time. I never thought that this would ever be like this.
oh yeah, no, I didn't think I'd ever make my way out to LA.
I mean, now he sees how beautiful and wonderful. He talks so much shit from that.
It's still a shit show. Everything about LA is still a shit show.
I mean, everything in life is on your perspective. It
And
depends
my
on
perspective is
perspectives.
that it's shit.
Right. Okay. I wonder how it feels to be a hater. I don't know that
No,
lifestyle.
no, you should know because you actually have a PhD in hating.
No, you've mixed me up. You mixed me up with my multiverse version of
Oh,
myself
see,
because that's
look,
not
see
this
now,
one.
now niggas want to start talking about Doctor Strange type shit. Okay, we'll see,
Okay.
we'll see, we'll see.
Anyway, welcome back to the experience, guys. I know it's been a while, but we are finally back. We're both in the same room. Uh, yeah, we're back at season 3. I'm Jay Gooden, the sports gay. You already know who I am, and
I'm D Allen, the Don of all trades. I know you guys miss me saying that, so it's been a while.
there's no delay now. Like when I'm like, and pass
And
it
and
up.
it is like a slow. It's always slow, and then it's like, and the Don of all
Yeah,
trades. Yeah, but it's definitely a lot better just being in person and
yeah,
actually being able to talk and have conversation because we're used to like talking, like like being now. I mean, even though you're in LA and I'm in Detroit, we on the phone a lot, but we kind of used to just talking,
yeah.
just being emotive, being all of that stuff like in person. But now, like when we had to switch to the podcast, it was definitely a transition,
Yeah.
like going into that. But yeah, now we here. We figured it out. It took us 3 seasons, but we figured it out.
And just to give you guys like a little, what's going on. So he still lives in Detroit. He's still, back in the Midwest. But no, I'm just kidding. I love Detroit. Let me not talk shit. I love Detroit, not so much Michigan. But this season, this is going to be the biggest season ever. We have 20 episodes planned for y'all this season. 10 of which will be us in person, and then the other 10 will be how it's usually been. We'll be doing in case you missed it style episodes. So next week, that's what you guys will get. This week, we're going to be in person and we'll have a topic to talk about games and the last call. So, we're kind of like deconstructing it a little bit just to be, more cognizant of time and get to talk about more things efficiently. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. This is new. This is definitely new. And you see a lot of podcasts, and most of them are in person. So I definitely thank you guys for sticking with us for the last 2 seasons and it being like kind of a Zoom call of us talking. But hey, it definitely had its entertaining moments, and people traveled along with us this far, and now we're here. And yeah, I'm still not moving to LA. Probably never ever think about moving to LA. But we're gonna try to see how long we can stretch this in person thing.
Right.
Enough visits, and hopefully I get enough money in my pocket. I'll be able to come here a little
He's
more.
saying this shit like he didn't have a lit ass time
I
last
did.
night.
I did get fucked up last night, but I
We were
always do
still
that.
drunk this morning.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
But that's what I do though. Like I love to get fucked, like super duper fucked up in a new city whenever I come the first day, and I always get too fucked up too. I get too fucked up too. This time it was a little bit different, but
good this time. I feel like.
yeah, no. But sometimes I get either too fucked up the night of, or I'll feel it the next morning.
You didn't throw up.
Exactly.
You didn't throw up. High five.
Neither
Yeah,
do you, but
you
you
did.
wasn't really
I,
drink. Well, you drank, but you was like,
so you guys know I'm on Accutane. I'm on my acne medication, so I haven't been drinking a lot, mostly because I can't. But because I haven't been drinking a lot, my tolerance is just it's not where it used to be. So it don't take much to get me where I need to be. Yeah, I was literally still drunk this morning. It was, and I knew I was because I couldn't speak. Like I was slurring my speech. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you saying? Come on, get it together.
once you slurring your speech, you start talking maybe a little slower.
Yeah.
You start knowing like, okay, I'm a little fucked up. Like, and then other people start picking up on it too. It'd be funny when your friends be like, "Are you drunk?" And you'd be like, "No." You try to low key to deflect and pass it on to them. Like, "No, I'm not drunk. You drunk." I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. And they do the same thing to me when I'm high too. A lot of y'all niggas love to be pointing out when I'm high, and I'm like, I get high all the time.
Oh, I got crossed last night too. I was also high as fuck. That was
I
fun.
had to bring weed to LA, and it's funny because LA is like big on weed. And you said what? Tell the audience what you said about LA weed?
And I'm gonna stand by it. Imma stick beside what I said. LA weed is not seeing Detroit weed. Like, I got high quick as fuck off of that. Like, here, the weed maybe takes maybe 2 blunts. 2 blunts, I'll be good, but, like, yeah,
Yeah, it's ugh,
yeah.
yeah.
And I'm saying this like I'm a smoker.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
not
a
even a real
smoker.
smoker for real. He's more of a
I'm a
drinker.
social smoker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and now he's a social drinker. He don't even do any of that shit now. It took a minute.
unfortunately. No, when I'm off the medication, Jay's back. He's coming back. We gotta have a whole, bar crawl, whatever the fuck you call it. But let's go ahead and get into this shit. Alright, so for our prime time topic today, we are talking about internalized homophobia in the Black community, and this topic really hits hard for me just because I am a black man and, who is also gay and who's experienced a lot of this homophobia. But also, like, when I was pitching this topic, I was more so thinking of, um, like the dating scene. And a lot of women, they'll be like, I won't date a bi person. And it's like, why won't you date this bi person? It's like, oh, well, because they could be with other men and they could be doing whatever, and I need to get tested if they're doing stuff with other men. And there's a lot of this like homophobia, like, like why like you should be getting tested, period, if you're having sex with anybody. And so the fact that that now is a thought in your mind once you know that the person is bi. And then also, like, I just never really understood, like, oh, like he could be having sex with a man or whatever. Like, he could be having sex with a woman also. So it's like if you're just because now that you know that he is into men, like it kind of for me it feels a little homophobic.
Yeah, that's always been kind of strange to me. I've always picked up on that, and I even talked to you about this before, where like you start seeing, and it's funny, like a lot of black women kind of like have like a disdain kind of for bisexual men, and I think it's because of like all the things that you've outlined. Like they assume like since now you have a whole other gender to like you're having sex with, they assume that like oh now they're gonna get mixed in like in terms of like diseases and whatnot. They're gonna get mixed in that if they start fucking with you, and all honesty is kind of foolish because a lot of niggas in general, like if we're just fucking a bunch of women and we're not bi, we're straight, we're fucking a bunch of women, I could get those same type of ailments, diseases, and I can pass them on to whoever, regardless if it's like
Regardless of their sexuality, men or women. So that I don't know, that's like a really big thing, and it's dated, it's tired. Another thing too is I guess, like, the gay agenda. Like, I hear that all the time, and I hear that a lot in the Black community. Rarely have I heard other people of other groups, use that terminology, and they probably do, but I hear it a lot in the Black community. That's my experience being in the Black community. And it's just so dumb, like, they fixate over this, like, "Oh, my kids can't see this on TV, the kids, the kids, the kids." Let me tell you something, growing up, I saw a bunch of straight shit. A bunch of straight shit. I'm not straight.
yeah, that argument is so tired, bro. Like you're not gonna get your sexuality isn't gonna get influenced as a kid by the shit you watch. It's internal. It's literally something that you're born with. Either you're either gay or straight or anybody else in any other sexuality in the spectrum. But still, like it's something that's like you don't get it from watching certain shows and you're like, oh, I see too many gay people on TV, so now like my son might turn gay because he's seeing it. But like you said, like turn gay. But I mean, but it's still like one of those. It's just like and then this monkeypox thing too is also like shedding light because people have said that's mostly like a gay disease, like that's like monkeypox and whatnot. So now you're starting to see when certain things pop up, and they did the same thing with AIDS and whatnot. It's just like, oh, it's the gay disease. It's the one that like you won't get if you're not having sex with the same gender type thing. And it's like, no, monkeypox has already been proven that it's not just that. Like people try to put it in a box where it's like, okay, it's literally like it's a disease. It's like it's a yeah. I hope it's not a pandemic level disease, but it's a disease that's prevalent, it's prominent, and it's not something that's strictly from same sex like relations. Like it's not that. And then you see like that internalized homophobia that you was talking about with stuff like this, and then when like you have these events like these big, I guess, catastrophic events, you start seeing how people really behave, how people really think about certain things, and you kind of put. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. I never really fucked with that, but you know,
And it's like, I'm gonna quote Billy Porter. Hopefully, I don't like fuck it up. But he was on The View the other day, and I feel like a lot of this is happening because the shift has already happened. The change has already happened. Gay people are here. We have our rights. We're doing this thing. We're waiting for y'all to catch up, and people is not trying to catch up. They're trying to, push it back. But it's really dumb. Like it I don't know, I feel like in 2022, it more so speaks on you of a person if you're gonna still choose to be homophobic, and I don't know. For me, it's always just been interesting because I feel like the Black community, very homophobic, but the white or not the white community, the LGBT community can be pretty racist sometimes, so it's like
so like now you part of like two communities that sometimes like trade blows with each other. How does that like? How's that like? Is that like an internal struggle like constantly because you have like two different like obviously like you're not more gay than you are black. You're not more black than you are gay. It's like it's one of those things. It's just like that's you. That's who you are. So like now you got two communities that you love and you respect, and they always kind of clash in a sense, in a way, and it's kind of I could see how that can become like frustrating.
I mean, at first, when I was younger, when I was a baby gay, a baby gay, yeah, but I feel like now at this point in my life, like I've learned and seen different like communities of for Black queerness that I like associate myself with. So it's like I will always associate myself with the Black community, but like when it comes to the LGBT community, I kind of like associate myself with the Black queer folks in that space. I don't really like, you know, you know what I'm saying.
What was that term you said yesterday? You said I would never fuck with a what was it? And Cavell was like, I thought you was talking about the Twinkie. Twinkie, yeah, Twinkie. That nigga Cavell was like, nigga, I thought you was talking about the fucking pastry. I'm like, it's like twink. I've never heard of that. Like, that's crazy.
If you guys don't know what a twink is, look it up if you're 18 or older. Yeah.
If you're 18, if you're younger than 18, then you probably shouldn't be listening to us anyway. But
Yeah, that's true.
hey,
That's
if you
also
go and
true.
look at it, but that is kind of yeah. Okay, so you really only hang around the black people kind of in that same community.
Yeah, I would say so. And then it's like there are like people that are non-black that get it. So, but it's mostly gonna be like people of color.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, and that's why it's always been interesting to me to just be like, all right, like why? Like I always like yeah, I get like the black community, and I'm also part of the black community, so like I definitely like came up a certain way. And, like the internalized homophobia I think is because just how prevalent like heteronormativity is. Like
Yeah, I was gonna say I think heteronormativity definitely pressurizes the internalized homophobia. It's like a pressure cooker, and then it's
and then it's kind of like you spend like Jay said, he spent his whole life looking at straight shit because he had no choice. It's like one of those things. It's like you go on TV, you see straight couples, you see straight couples kissing, you might even see straight couples fucking. Like you see certain things on primetime television catered to straight people, and you don't really have that. And now we're starting to see a shift. Kind of, we're starting to see more and more like LGBTQ characters in TV and movies and like representation on that level. Like we was just talking about P Valley. Right. And like how there's a lot of gay scenes in P Valley, and it's making a lot of people uncomfortable. But like in actuality, if you look at like a couple years ago in Power, like it was a bunch of straight sex scenes, but they were just as graphic, just as crazy, just as wild. But it's like one of those. Okay, all right. Anyway, it's a lot of freaky shit on TV.
Yeah.
It's a lot of freaky shit on TV
But it's only called out when it's gay.
when it's gay, but when it's straight, it's like, oh, just it's okay. You know, this is you're gonna grow up and learn that what this is about. Like it's like a learning lesson. It's like cover your eyes, and when you turn 18, you'll fuck girls like you saw on TV.
I
Or like,
definitely
or
won't.
yeah, but it didn't matter for you. See, it's one of those things. You be like, no, you don't. You didn't. It didn't like compel you to go fuck women because you saw a bunch of women naked on screen and whatnot. And it's just like the heteronormativity that we kind of all subscribe to, and then we're kind of all like a prisoner of, for lack of a better term. Like it's just it's one of those things. It's just like we see it as the normal. So like when you see something as the normal because it's so prevalent, when anything else is introduced, like it starts to you start to like diss it. You start to be like, no, this isn't normal. This is weird. Like this is what I'm used to. When in reality, like this is all part of life. Like
And I feel like it happens sometimes too, and uh, like in gay relationships, I'll see like a lot of people. They'll be like, "Who's the guy? Who's the girl? You guys are both niggas. You're both bitches. Like you're gay." So it's like there's like like, but that trying to subscribe to that heteronormativity. That's an I feel like another trait of internalized homophobia because you can't accept that you guys are two guys. Or two women, like, it might be somebody might be more submissive than the other person or more dominant, but at the end of the day, you're both still guys. So it's like to be like, oh, who's the girl? Like that? We're both the girl, we're both the guy.
yeah, it's just like yeah, don't try to like demean it. Don't try to like limit the scope of y'all relationship because of how like you just used to seeing. Like I said, like we all see it through the same lens, through the same heteronormative lens. Like so, like it just naturally you want to be like, who's the guy, who's the girl, who's gonna be the one that gets gets taken on dates, who's gonna be one paying for dates, and that's a whole other topic in them. So
Oh, I'm not paying for shit.
see, you got niggas like him that just try to be like, no, I'm not paying for shit. Like, no, you could pay for something every now and then. You could.
I can pay my bills, but the date, you got that, homie. You got that, brother.
Every day. Well, sometimes girls pay. Very few and far between, but most of the
I
time.
never even look at the check.
See, like at least like be courteous. Like try to pretend like you're about to grab the check. Like
Why am I pretending? I feel like that's more rude to pretend. Like that's me being a fake bitch.
because when people try to pretend, I let them go through with it. I'd be like, if they try to like pretend to grab the check, I'll just be like,
That's why I chill because of niggas like him. Cause then when I open it, now I'm stuck. Nah.
see, that's and then when they realize like, no, I was just taking the dust off. I'm like, and then handed it to you. I'm like, yeah, okay, he was never thinking about paying it. But yeah, it's just the heteronormative lenses that we see all of our lives through. It's just gonna keep perpetuating the homophobia that's here, and I don't know really the solution
I don't know.
unless you have like an idea of what we should do, or what we could do.
There's no right answer. I do want to preface it with that. Also, I'm not a scholar. I'm not a fucking professional. So take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm no fucking body. But I think being gay kind of like opened my mind because of like the type of relationships that I've been in. Like I don't even really look at things in gender role status. Like it's so funny like when straight people are like, "Oh, the guy needs to do this and the girl needs to do this." And I'm like, "This is so limiting." Like just like seeing the conversation because it's like it doesn't even matter, like, you guys are both human beings, so I feel like I've gotten that perspective from being in relationships that weren't straight relationships. I can kinda, like, see outside the box and be like, "Okay, I see you as a human being," and we both hold our own, but, like, it's not I don't think it's always 50-50, but it always needs to equal to 100, and people pull their weight, in different things, but I feel like I don't know. I guess the solution is to be gay. So, yeah, everybody gay in their own way.
I'm dead. No, yeah, we definitely need to start like being more kind, more open to different things, open to because like Jay said, he's part of two marginalized communities, like extremely marginalized communities, and then to have two communities that are already at the bottom of the totem pole that beef with each other is kind of like counterproductive to like the advancement of just us
Yeah.
as humans, just like as people. So, when you have like black people going at it again because they that vehemently hate gay people, you got gay people that vehemently hate black people. It's just like it's not really progressing anything. It's just kind of showing us how far back we actually are and like how much we still gotta go. So, it's gonna take a minute, but
I
I
think
think
change will
we're
happen.
starting to see, like I said, we're starting to see the bubble, like stuff to bubble up and starting to change in different ways. Like I said,
I mean, look, 10 years ago, entertainment industry, the world, completely different place.
different. Like 2012. Do y'all
Yeah.
remember 2012? Like 2012, the world was
Yeah.
gonna end. Like, dude, let's recount how like funny it was. Like being we was 14 in 2012, and then you hear everybody saying the Mayan calendar says this is the last year of life.
I feel like the world did end and we're on hell right
We
now
could
because
be.
it's gotten
Could be.
significantly worse in some
We could
ways.
be. That's actually a good theory because I think that you actually might have a case on that because it's like because
You
I think
can't prove me wrong.
I think my
You
life has
can't
gotten
prove me wrong.
considerably worse past 2012 every year. Like once it hit the teens
Yeah.
in the 20s, like 2013, 14, 15, that's when it
16,
started.
17,
And now we
18,
in the 2020s and we saw how shitty 2020 was and look where we are now. So
2020 was wow.
fucking nasty.
Yeah.
Disgusting ass year.
That was just
2021 was even
I don't even still feel like I'm recovered from it.
nasty as well. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm not. I still have nightmares of 2020 and 2020, and I feel like I have two different lives. Like I feel like from 2020 on is a totally different life.
Person,
I'm a
yeah,
different person
life,
than I was in 20, like fucking even in college, like 2016 to 2020. I was totally different now than I was back then.
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you got anything else to say?
No, that's it. Internalize homophobia. Don't do it. There you go.
Yeah, don't do that shit.
Yeah.
We'll come to your house
And beat your ass.
We'll fuck you up. I swear
Yeah.
to God. I will, or Jay will. If I'm off that day, I will. If he's off that day, he
Might even fucking jump you.
Yep.
So,
make it happen. But anyway, moving on. Season 3, we might as well start. It's only right that we always start our new seasons with the classic game, Slap or Trash. I know it's a fan favorite. Everybody loves that shit, so we might as well get to it. So, Jay, you're in person.
The first one
I'll do the first one on you. This is our first in-person Slap or Trash. It's funny.
My God.
Okay, Slap or Trash. Hotel sex. Slap experience or trash experience? Hotel sex.
I feel like it's a slap experience because it's your room. You can dirty up those fucking sheets. Don't have to worry about washing them later because it's not, the housekeeping is going to come take care of that. And then I just feel like, I don't know, there's like an elegance to it that it just makes the experience even more. I don't know. I just love it. I'm going to say slap. Slap, yeah.
See, I got a mixed relationship. See, the thing is with hotel sex, I think it's glamorized. It's like shower sex in a weird way. But like even though shower sex is is horrible. Shower sex is horrible. That's a whole another thing.
Water is not a lubricant, people.
It's not a lubricant. It'll dry you out quick. Yeah. But no, I'm saying like hotels. I feel like it's like we look at hotel sex as like, oh yeah, I can't wait to go to the room and go fuck it up, blah blah blah. But sometimes that should be trash. Like bro, like it's like sometimes that should be trash. Like if you most of the time I'm gonna say it's slap. I'm not gonna say it's trash. Okay. I'm gonna also agree with you and say it's slap because most of the time when I have hotel sex, like chef's kiss. Yeah. But it can also get like I say, you fuck up your room. Like just imagine like all the you think you a pinnacle of nastiness. You think all the hoes think they pinky, all the niggas think they fucking I don't know no male porn stars like that. But like they be thinking like in love. He's straight. All right, so I'm saying like he's like you think you the cream of the crop with sex, so like you just think you can do anything, like you fucking on the ceiling, you gonna try to fuck on the ceiling, you gonna try to fuck against the walls, you gonna try to like use the damn covers and shit and wipe up all the nut and the fucking pussy juice and where you gonna sleep at, bro? All the sheets you took off your bed, to do all that extra shit. Now you sleeping with no covers.
There's always room service and stuff going on.
You gonna call them and be like, yeah, we destroyed this room.
You don't even need to tell them all that. It's not their business.
They're gonna walk in and be like, these motherfuckers nasty.
They're gonna be like, it smells like sex in this bitch. But you don't even have to say that. All you have to be like is, hey, can you send some sheets up to room 302? And then there you go. They don't even have to come in. You just take the sheets.
Yeah, that's why I said overall it's slap because it's like it's kind of one of those things you just. I think it's one of those like you're in a new. Usually when you get a hotel, you're in a new city, like you're in a different place in your home. So like you just think like, all right, I'm just a new person now. Now I'm gonna like get active. If whatever girl I meet, whatever guy I meet, whoever I meet is gonna get the most out of me sexually in this room that I only pay for a limited time.
And then you have an audience kind of, because if somebody there's other
Yeah,
guests in the room, so
yeah. Yeah, but I it could get trash. Like be courteous to the hotel staff that has to go restock and clean up your room. And be mindful that you also have to sleep in that room that night. So don't take away. I've done that before. Take away all your sheets and fuck them up, and then you're like, "Fuck, I have nothing to sleep on now."
just call the front desk, ask for some more sheets.
Whatever you want to do, just be mindful, be courteous. That's all I'm saying. But it's slap overall though. But go ahead, you on you.
All right, so this is Darren's first time in Los Angeles, California. To get here, he had to take a flight from Detroit, DTW, and he landed in LAX. So I want to ask you, LAX, slap or trash? And I know the answer.
Oh man, LAX. LAX is fucking trash. It's one of the worst airports I've ever been to. I think by far. And we talked about this. I think we said the DTW, the Detroit airport, is low key probably the best airport in the country.
It definitely is.
I think it's the way it's set up. It's very simple to get to. It's very easy. It's very organized, easy to navigate. It's just not confusing. Like it's very to the point, straight to the point when we talk about DTW. But LAX is just a jumble fuck of just people just all in your air, just all in your way. Yeah. It's hard to like. It's sometimes like you gotta go a whole nother place. Like you gotta go take a trolley to go to another place. Like you gotta take. It's weird. It's like kind of like the Vegas airport. If you guys ever been to the LAS, the Vegas LAS, the Vegas airport is pretty trash too. But the I don't know. They put and it's crazy. Like the LAX is probably like the most famous or most recognized.
They make it seem so cute on TV, and I'm like, this shit is. I'm gonna say trash too. If you guys haven't gathered, I agree.
But I have to say, being and flying through. Luckily, I had a good old Delta flight, but the airport itself is
Foodie, I hate it.
fucking trash.
Disgusting.
But you said it was trash. You definitely trash.
Absolutely trash. I just feel like mixing in everything being where it should not fucking be, plus LA drivers. Cause niggas was not trying to let me out that bitch yesterday. I'm like, move your shit. I'm finna just go. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And that's another thing. We could go on a whole other tangent. But all right, let's do another. Let's do one more.
Well, Jay, I know this might be new to the audience. I know it's not new for me, but you are working on another project.
Oh fuck.
You're working on another body of work, music, and it's good. It's sounding great already. So, and that's from my personal experience. Y'all could say it's trash, and it's fine. He won't be.
If you say it's trash, your mother should have swallowed you, bitch. Yeah.
Anyway, but I do want to talk about like the process. Like I want to say like what's like I know everybody's process is different, and I know it's a lot of stress to the process, it's a lot of rewards to the process, and it's different for everybody. So like I want to say like for your experience recording this new album, was it a slap experience? Was it a trash experience? Like was it? I know it's coming. Like obviously the body of work is gonna be a slapper, but I'm talking about like all the long nights, the writing. Yeah. Trying to coordinate with Cavell, trying to record. Like, how was that overall? Like, was it slap or trash?
I would say it's all been slap. I feel like moving to LA, as you guys will see, I kind of have like a darker tone this season, if you haven't can tell already. But like I've had really low lows and really high highs already, and it's gonna be a year in a couple of weeks. Well, it will have been a year after you guys hear this or see this. And making the EP has been, therapy for me. I don't mind the hour drive to Anaheim or when, the harmonies aren't sounding how I need them to, and I just need to sit on it and listen to it. Like all of that is a part of making good music, and it's slap. It's literally therapy for me. So
I'm not a musician. See, the thing is with me, like I'll take this question and every time I do record, like even though I'm not making a project or a body of work, but every time I do record, I do want to say it's a very very trash experience. Like no, it's very slap worthy. I don't know, like people, a lot of my friends, Jay included, love to try to put me in this artist box. And
he's because he can fucking rap. He's an artist.
I'm not an artist. So like I'm not like them. I'll say this. I'm not like them. So like when I record it's very sparingly. It's very like few and far between. Like it's not like I don't record projects. I'll record like features. I'll help out my friends like whenever they need like a verse or whatnot. And it's usually slap. Like I don't know, like it's just I've always been a writer. I've always loved writing like my whole life. So like when like I have the opportunity to kind of like write a verse or like write music, it's definitely like it takes me to a happy place. So like it takes me to like okay, I can really stretch my creativity. I can stretch how weird I can get. I can stretch how funny I can get. I can stretch how just clever I can get when it comes to the rap shit. And I don't know. It's just and I think anybody who raps or sings or makes music feels that way. But since I do it so like seldom, it's definitely a different euphoria when you do that. So yeah, I'd say overall slap.
Also, too, I forgot to mention like the part where like you have the song in your brain and how you want it to sound, and then like you actually like birth that bitch. Nothing like it.
Compares to it's just it's definitely one of those where you're like, whoo.
But yeah, do I do another one or are we moving on? Okay. All right. So we're at our last call. See how efficient this shit is? We're at
Very
like
quick and
30
to
a
the
minute.
point. I know y'all niggas was talking about them bitches is long, and they like low key be like you start with the first 15 minutes and then leave and come back like another day. Now we hopefully you could go ahead and digest it in one sitting, little bite sized little episodes we give you, little dibs.
All right. So for our last call, we're gonna be talking about why black people can't play certain card games. Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
boy. Now when we say this, like the audience out here, I feel like we have a good amount of people that listen to us and watch us that do not know how to play spades. And I think that's a travesty.
That's
I think
disrespectful.
that
Who raised you?
the Black American education system failed you all.
You don't even have to be good. Just know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
it's very simple and to the point. And y'all get so frustrated. People that don't know, y'all get so frustrated when spades is brought up. Like it's not a communal black communal game. Like yeah, we're gonna bring up spades because we want to play spades. And when you don't know how to play spades, we'll teach you how to play spades. And if you don't want to learn because you fucking too stupid to retain the shit.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. This is very, very sensitive to me because I've been teaching people spades like I feel like my whole life. Like ever since I learned how to play spades when I was a little boy, I feel like I've been the one teaching people how to play spades. And definitely some people get it like that.
It's not even that hard.
It's not a hard game. Some people like get it like that and they know how to play, know how to be like competitive and and actually even though it's a game of luck kind of with spades because you deal out a random set of cards and hopefully your hand's good. It's really a lot of skill too because it's really strategy. It's how you do it. Some people pick up on that quick and other people get so frustrated they don't even want to be a team player. They just throw shit out, and then you be like,
they'd be like, oh shit.
yeah, exactly. That's why. Me and my even though we didn't come up with this, me and my homies in college, we used to play card games all the time. Not even just spades, but Monopoly. This is back in the Fletcher days. All of my niggas that know me, I used to live in Fletcher Hall back at the University of Michigan. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to Leonard. Shout out to Dwayne. Shout out to Dwayne too, even though he was not. He didn't go to UMich. But anyway, he was there with us all the time. We played games all the time. So spades, we ended up playing iterations of spades. Because it was 4 of us, we played 4-person spades, which is normally how it is. But then if like Dwayne was gone, it was just us 3. Or Josh was gone, and it was just me, Dwayne, and Leonard. We'd play 3-person spades. Everybody for themselves. Everybody for themselves. Everybody for themselves. And you use all the cards too. Like, some people switch out the jokers. And I mean, put the jokers in and switch out like the red 2s. But with the 3-person spades, you use all 54 cards for that. But in 2-person spades, we also play that, which is a different game in and of itself. Yeah. It's a lot to it, and it's like it's so much fun once you like just let that shit go and then like play it for fun, like have fun, like it's a game, like have fun. And then I know black people, we can get really competitive.
Oh
outside of
yeah.
spades,
No, for
we could
sure.
move away from
We
spades to
cook
stumps.
each other and everything.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
exactly. Like total
Uno, don't play Uno with me
Uno.
because I'm
Oh
gonna
my
smack that draw for and be like, damn.
fucking Uno. Oh my god. I think every black person knows how to play Uno.
Yeah.
I feel like Uno is one of those like beginner games that
Yeah.
everybody can kind of and Uno. I feel like I haven't heard trash talk in any game else besides Uno, and this is including like video games, board games, card games,
Yeah.
fucking even on the court, even basketball, like pickup games. I've never heard more shit talked than a Uno game.
And you know what?
Oh my
That's
god.
cool. But I'm gonna add another game that you need to know how to play as a black person. You have to know how to play dominoes. If you don't know how to play dominoes, you
And
weren't
no, we're not
raised
talking
right.
about stacking the dominoes and knocking them down.
Or matching the number or matching the colors or whatever the fuck.
We sound like some haters. we over here. We over here.
We're no look, we're trying to help you out. We don't have to do
We
this.
don't
We're not getting paid for this. We're trying to help y'all niggas out. So learn how to play these games.
help you. Like you go to a game night and you don't know how to play, you're gonna be the one looking. You're gonna be the one looking foolish.
They're like, really?
I'm trying to tell you, and we can actually have a session where we actually teach you these. We won't go over it right now,
That'd be cool.
but we could teach you how to play the games. Like maybe like put in the comments what game you wanna learn, you wanna figure out how to do. But it's so many games. Like I'm looking at games. I'm at Jay's crib. And I'm looking at games right now. Like it's a bunch of drinkopoly. That's funny as fuck. Like Monopoly, but for drinking. Like you can make these games even fun. You can add drinking elements to any game anyway. So like that's funny. So like I think that'll help a lot of people like get invested in these games that they just like never learned how to play. Like I said, the Black American education system failed you all. Like what was y'all grandmas doing? What was y'all granddads? What was y'all uncles, aunties? Like where was y'all at? Like for real.
Well, we don't know people's families. They could not have.
Yeah, you could have not had that. But the people who have those families, I have no sympathy for you.
Yeah, literally.
Or you don't know how to play. Like good, if you got like a good solid foundation, a good family, you had like.
If your parents know how to play, you need to know how to play.
To the people that just never been exposed to it for whatever reason, learn.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like.
Also, shout out to Destiny Spencer. That's my spades partner. It's so funny. She's like, she talks so much shit to me while we're playing, but we be whipping that ass though when it's us.
That's how I be like.
You shit talk your partner like, what the fuck are you doing? Like what? And it's like, bro, trust me, it's okay.
Gotta have chemistry with your space partner. Gotta pick the right space partner. Shout out to Charles. Shout out to Aaron. They probably like my two favorite spades partners to play with. And Charles, yeah, that nigga plays spades all the time. Yeah, he just always wants to pull out the cards and play spades.
It's exhilarating, very, very exhilarating. But all right, y'all, that brings us to the end. Isn't that's crazy? It's so fucking quick.
We would have been here for another hour if this was season 2.
I mean, we are going to technically because we're gonna have to record the next one, but you know,
Yeah, they don't know that.
they don't know. Yeah,
They think this.
you guys think this happens on different days. I don't know why we have the same clothes on, but
Yeah, same clothes, same clothes. But no, all right, season 3, the premiere, the return. This is the best season yet, I promise y'all.
Thank you guys so much for listening and sticking with us for 3 seasons, 3 more, hopefully more than 3 more. As always, you can follow us at the experience_pod on Instagram and on Twitter. If you want to follow me personally, you can follow me at J_Gooden98. And where can they find you?
You know, you can find me on all platforms at NetSaturn. That's at NEDSATURN. Yep.
All right. Well, that's season 3, episode 1. We'll see y'all next week with the In Case You Missed It episode.